G'day guys. Now as you can see, we're in one of the Big Four's famous camp kitchens. Now the boys have had a pretty successful day out catching the fish. I believe we've got some sea perch and some flathead. So what are you going to cook for us, Theo?
Robbie, I am going to make a traditional fish soup. My parents taught me when I was little and it's kind of stuck with me. We've grown up with it. I love it. It's a real hearty dish, bit of a peasant dish, but I tell you what, a peasant dish fit for a king.
Absolutely. Here we go. So how do we start?
Right, first the fish. Now, Al was good enough today to catch us a nice big flathead. And the problem is a lot of people tend to fillet them, which is a lot of wastage. So what I said to the guys today is, why don't we make a fish soup? That way we can get to utilise all of the fish. I've cleaned him up. I used the scissors to cut off all the spines. Now I'm just going to cut him up into cutlets or chunks. Now, one of the most important ingredients, apart from the fish, is some veggies. And what we've done here, I've had Robbie help me out. We've peeled some potatoes, some celery, some carrots, and a couple of onions.
Now, Theo, you've been bandying about the word peasant dish, but I want to know, actually, where is this dish from and why is it called a peasant dish?
Well, it's probably me calling it a peasant dish, Robbie.
Okay.
And probably my folks are going to get onto me about this one. But look, my folks are from a group of islands in the Aegean from Greece called the Dodekanissa, which means 12.
Hang on, how do I say that?
It's called the Dodekanissa, which
Dodekanissa.
means... Yeah, Dodekanissa.
Dodekanissa.
Dodekanissa for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't get the words around it.
Okay,
But anyway,
I'll leave that one to you.
Yeah, it's a group of 12 islands in the Aegean of Greece. And look, in the old days, Robbie, they didn't have any money. Money was really, really scarce. So what they did is they got fish, and we didn't have also the luxuries of the way that we have it here, which we get the fish and we fill it and we throw the head and the backbone away.
Sure.
So this sort of came about collecting fish and cooking the whole fish, not wasting anything at all, not the head, not the backbone, nothing. And it's probably what we call the poor man's fish. Things like what we're using today, though flathead definitely is not the poor man's fish, but it sort of stemmed from that. So what we're doing now is we're using it all, cooking it with vegetables. Again, basic things, potatoes, celery, carrots, some onions. That's probably what they could grow in their small little veggie patches if they had the luxury of even having a veggie patch. But that's what was available in those days. Yep. So put it all together, boil it up in a pot, throw the fish in, and then we're going to use an egg, which a lot of them had chicken, so they could get the eggs. Yep. And we're going to do something which I hope you're going to like, Robbie.
Okay. Oh, I tell you what, it's starting to smell really good even from here. I'm excited.
Well, you wait till we put the fish in, it's going to get even better.
All right.
Okay, now I'm just testing
here. Before you get into this, what happened to me flatty?
Oh, trust you to come in when all the hard work's already done.
Mate, all the hard work's, half the hard work's been done, so what are you doing here?
Eating it. I got it, now I can eat it. That's the hardest part.
I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to your flatty, or what I've done to him. Now, I'm just testing here to see if the veggies are cooked, and basically I'm just putting a fork through them, and I think they're soft enough. So what I'm going to do now is just remove all the veggies.
Have a smell of that.
Man, that's better than tag and release.
So I'm going to remove all the veggies. Now, there's a couple of things we can do with the vegetables now. Obviously, we're not going to throw them away. We can continue and cut them up into pieces, put some olive oil, some cracked pepper and some parsley, make a nice salad. Or, when the soup's finished, we can put them back in the soup. And all the gang's opted to put it all back in the soup, so that's what we're going to do.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, now we've been boiling the fish heads and all the chunks for about 5 minutes, so it's time to take them out, which I'll do. See, they've just broken away there, so they're definitely ready. Oh,
he wants to go back.
He does want to go back.
Let him swim.
Was that a catch and release?
That's a catch and release. Looks like he needs a bit more food.
No, he was looking a bit healthier earlier today, though, wasn't he?
Did you go through what the other ones are? We got my flatty. Yeah. The other ones are the sea perch?
Yeah, the sea perch. And as I was explaining before, what we use for fish soup is fish of this sort of calibre, flathead, obviously snapper heads, sea perch, gurnards, even leather jackets, mate. So you know those leather
areas. We've got enough of those for you up here.
Yeah, you know those leather areas you've been going on about? I'd love to have some of those in the soup. They're very, very sweet.
How many do you need?
Mate, how many can you give me?
About 1,000 a day. I don't know if the tackle trade will help you. No, that looks beautiful in there now.
So what we need is fish with very, very firm textured meat. So, which we've got them all out now. Now, what we need to do is now strain all this juice. The reason being is now we're going to put rice in there, and if we don't strain it, when the rice is cooked and then we put in our egg, you know, you might be sort of taking a bit of a spoonful with a bone in there, and that's the last thing you want.
Sure.
Because you don't want to choke. Okay, now our rice is cooked. We don't want to overdo it. We don't want it mushy. Now this is, guys, this is the last stage of this recipe, okay? Before the big moment and before we order pizzas.
Bring on the moment. I'm hungry.
Are you ready? What we've done is 2 egg whites in here. So we start beating them up. Now I haven't got an egg beater, so this is going to take a little bit longer with a fork.
Well, she's certainly fluffy and white.
Yep, she's nearly there. Obviously the fork doesn't do the job as well as what an egg beater will. After I've beaten that egg white and gotten it all nice and fluffy, put an egg yolk in. Okay, get all that mixed up nice. Okay, Robbie, what I need you to do is get the juice out of there. Only the juice, so no rice, and just pour it in really, really slowly where I'm beating. Now what we're doing here is we're bringing the egg that we've beaten to temperature. Because if we were to pour what we've beaten in here, in there, it'll curdle all up, and we don't want to do that. Now, Robbie, what I need you to do is start stirring the pot. And as you're stirring...
That's what Al normally does, isn't it?
Stirring.
Now, this is the mixture now with the lemon, the 2 egg whites and an egg yolk. We've beaten it all up, brought it to temperature. We start beating it in slowly.
Holy moly, that was a good effort.
So no curdling.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Oh, it looks unreal.
It does look good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's creamy.
Oh, yeah, but...
All right, guys. Peasant food, fit for a king. What do you think?
It's really good.
Enjoy.